Hello and welcome back to another weather video. So before we get into it, just a reminder, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will start a gaming channel. Will I do nerd stuff on there? Yes, absolutely. But I will also do some other stuff that's not nerd stuff, in my opinion, which is still probably nerd stuff. Anyway, this is the, wait. And this is a stretch, but if this ever happens, 100,000 subscribers, I'll start a reaction channel, which will also be include a face reveal. But we don't need to think about that right now because that's really far fetched. Now, here is the latest cone. If when you don't see that little dotted area that you see down there on day 4 to 5, it's going to dissipate within the next 3 days. Now, so not really a concern, but the exact track, but the rainfall though, yeah, you can see it's still a concern. Raleigh to Roanoke, high risk of flooding, which is rare, but I say that, but then there's been a high risk for like the last 5 days, so who knows anymore. And then the moderate risk goes all the way up to Syracuse and Burlington. So, and this is a multi-day threat. The high risk is just today, but then tomorrow there's a moderate risk from parts of the mid-Atlantic all the way up into upstate New York and parts of Vermont. And in day 3, it's not really a concern anymore. There's a tiny little marginal threat in parts of Maine. Now, if we look at the total rainfall, you can see on the higher peaks here, there's actually a isolated area where there could be 6 to 12 inches of rain. General 6 to 12. And that is because the mountains help to squeeze out the moisture. Now, in the higher risk areas, there's a general swath of 2 to 6 inches, with obviously isolated higher amounts where the rain bands go over the same area over and over again. But here are the tropical storm force wind speed probabilities. You can see where you see the maroons, that's the current wind field of the storm. And then after that, it's not really super concerning anymore. The tornado risk, though, 5% risk from the Carolina coast, Outer Banks, all the way into central Virginia. And there definitely will be several tornadoes, or at least there likely will be several tornadoes. The good news is tornadoes, usually you don't see like EF3s or like EF4 tornadoes with tropical systems because they're just not, it's not the same environment as the supercell, like the massive tornadic thunderstorms you get in like Oklahoma, supercells, all the stuff like, it's not the same environment. So that, the tornadoes, they're not under the same conditions, which means most tornadoes should be weak relatively, but they're still tornadoes. So there's that. But then the tornado risk for day 2 is basically up the I-95 corridor, from Washington D.C. to Philadelphia, Baltimore, all the way up through New York City. So yeah, there's that. But luckily, it's only a 2% as of right now. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. But yeah, hopefully, thankfully, Debbie will finally leave. And then, foreshadowing, there's something else on the horizon.